Farming has always been a big part of life in the Rio Grande Valley, but it was one crop in particular that helped our area boom. So much so, it was called white gold. Cameron County Historical Commissioner Gene Fernandez explains in this week's Throwback Thursday.
Brenda, we are standing here in front of a relic of a beautiful portion of the valley's past. The magic word is cotton. What I have behind me here is one of the last remnants, the last surviving cotton compresses of this age that are still in the valley. This was probably built in the 40s off into the 50s. The magic era of cotton began upon the colonization of Brownsville, just about, because in 1848 we didn't have the cleared lands in this part of the country, so we didn't have the territory in order to do agricultural crops. We only had ranching to speak of, or subsistence farming, and subsistence farming meant corn and beans and that type of thing. The cotton didn't come into the picture in an economic way, in a commercial way, until the 1880s. There was one individual in Santa Maria, Texas, just up the river from us here, called Colonel Tucker. He brought in what was called Sea Island cotton. Sea Island came out of South Carolina in that area there, and it was a long fiber cotton. Now, the next person to grab that particular strain of cotton was Celestine Gigoux. He had a plantation just about 6 miles from us down here, and he was the one that really put Sea Island cotton and the industry on the map so far as the south part of the valley was concerned. The next pivotal point in cotton was a dynamic one, and that was the Cotton Road. At the time of the Civil War, we had the cotton blockade that was meant to cut off the economic survival of the South, and Brownsville, the Delta area, came in very, very strongly in that picture in a strong way for history. The next period where we actually grew the cotton was around the 1880s, and that was Celestine Gigoux. All of the plantations downriver here centered on cotton because that was the money crop. We had the Esperanza plantation by Gigoux. We had the Brule plantation by Georges Brule. And then later on we had the Rays, Silas Ray out of Louisiana that came in. All of these were large cotton producing lands. The beautiful era that'll never be seen again happened in the late 40s on into the 50s for South Texas here in the southmost. The classic era of cotton culture really began after the war, late 40s on into the 50s, and that was here in southmost. The tale still resounds of the great parties that they would have on the plantations, as the Rab plantation with Peggy McCormick Rab and other plantations in the region. You had the large cotton growers of the region that attended these parties. Cotton met its demise in the late 50s because we had the introduction of the synthetic fibers. And it was like somebody turned a valve, and that culture was gone forever. And the rest is history. For KVEO News, I'm Eugene Fernandez.